Hello and welcome to this December 9th, 2010 video version of Invested Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Boley, Invested Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Today we're taking a look at Camelot Information Systems, ticker symbol CIS. This is an $873 million technology company that's located in the People's Republic of China. Taking a look at the chart, first of all, you can see that back in July, in middle part of July, CIS was a company that just went public. So that's why you don't see any trading back before about July 20th or so. It came public just a little bit, or it opened for trading a little bit above $10. Went sideways for about the first month, and then you can see from mid-August through the early part of October, had a very nice run from say around $10.50 to almost $20, so nearly doubling in value in about a 45-day period. So a very, very nice up move for CIS. And then it printed a bearish dark cloud cover candle right here at the top. The open that day was 1950. That became a very significant resistance level. You can see that we pulled back. We put in a hammer right on the 20-day, came back up again close to 1950, pulled all the way back down to the bottom of this hammer, and then put in a bullish engulfing candle, another reversing candle. This sent CIS back up one more time to the 1950 level where it failed, coming back down, printing another bearish dark cloud cover candle, and back down to the 50-day moving average one more time. Now, as we came back up, or as CIS came back up here in late November, you can see that it actually touched 1950 and closed below 19 one day before the breakout. So this was a third test right at the 1950 area, and then finally the next day made the breakout. Notice the volume had picked up. This was the heaviest volume that CIS had since the day it went public. So that very heavy volume confirms this breakout at 1950, and that now becomes solid price support. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. After the breakout, you can see a huge move. The stock ran through 1950 and all the way up to almost $25 over the next 3 days on very solid volume, and then printed a bearish engulfing candlestick. That's what created the recent downtrend. We've now been moving lower for 4 of the last 5 days, closing just beneath the 20-day moving average, which is at 2021. The close on Wednesday was 1992, and again, we've got this price support coming in at 1950. What we'd like to see, and perhaps the best setup, would be an open somewhere between the 1992 level and the 1950 area tomorrow, with a intraday move below 1950 but a finish above 1950. Some type of reversing candle right off of this price support level could set CIS up for a beautiful move to the upside. But we do think that as we drop back, the reward to risk now becomes much more in favor of long positions. If you can get in somewhere between 1950 and 20, you've got about $5, $5.50 up to resistance at 25. And the closing stop, you could either use 1950 if you wanted to keep a very tight stop, but with some of these stocks, some of these Chinese stocks, occasionally they are a little bit more volatile. I'd probably consider using the 50-day moving average, which is rising at 1845, as a stop. The reward to risk is still very formidable, even if you do get a little bit more room back down to the 50-day. The other thing I want to mention, you can see the RSI. The entire time that the stock has been public, we have not seen the RSI dip below 40. Usually the 40 to 50 range becomes a very key support area on a downtrend in an uptrending stock. So the RSI right now is sitting at 51. It was very overbought just a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, with an RSI up in the 80s. It is now pulled back to 50 and obviously becomes a much better reward to risk play at this level. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at investedcentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter and have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.